Have you ever read a self-help book that absolutely transformed your life?
Or have you ever read one that made you feel worse after reading it and you didn't know why?
I'm Misty Stinnett.
I'm Lisa Linky.
And we are the hosts of Go Help Yourself, a comedy self-help podcast to make life suck less.
On our show, we review the best and the worst self-help books of all time.
We read and review the buzziest self-help books so you can find out if a book is a total gem or a complete waste of time.
There are already over 100 book reviews ready for you to listen to. And we don't just talk about books.
That's right. We discuss every aspect of the self-help world, covering topics like relationships, boundary setting, finances, productivity, and so much more.
No matter what we're discussing, we come at it with a critical eye, a lot of heart, and a healthy dose of humor.
So help us out and tune in to Go Help Yourself wherever you get your podcasts.
Yourself.
Hello, hello.
Hi,
I'm Selene Castrovilla,
I'm Pascale.
and this is Life in Jest. And we are in for another fun episode, folks. I'm going to start off.
Did we just stop counting how many episodes?
You know what? I literally just make up a number when I put it down on the thing. I don't.
Okay.
It's not good, but whatever. We're making it down. I could count it, but
That
wanna
sounds
go
exhausting.
count them?
Our imaginary intern?
No, I'm talking to you.
What? I'm not counting that. Are you kidding me?
I just write down a number, and I think I've repeated numbers. I think I put like 48 or 49 several times.
Whatever.
No, and a lot of people put seasons. They're like, is that just a random? Like, when do you decide when a season is? I've noticed that.
I don't know.
It's certain things, but a lot of podcasts seem to run by seasons when there's really no reason for that. I guess
I don't know. Do they take like a break?
No, I think it's like it looks good. Like we're in our fourth season. Sounds good. So maybe we should do that.
Okay. Let's be in season 2.
We'll be in season 2. This is episode 1 of season 2, everybody. Last episode.
See?
Last season had 50 friggin' episodes. We'll write this season 3 at this point.
Let's go with 2 because we just thought of it.
We just thought of it. Season 2. And then
welcome to season 2, everybody.
Welcome to season 2. It's a brand new us.
And now there's surprises coming.
A lot of surprises. We're going to have our first guest soon.
Yeah. Well, that I'm excited about.
We are. And if you'd like to be a guest, let us know. You can reach us at, what is it? Life in Jest.
555 guest.
What?
555 guest.
No, don't tell them that.
I would hope they know I'm kidding.
I don't think they do.
Whose number starts with 555 besides on TV?
I don't know. There are people that I don't even want to get into it, but don't say things like that.
Okay, never mind.
But the number, don't call us. We're not the Howard Stern show. We don't take calls. What's funny is a lot of those, remember those shows that they used to make fun of on Howard Stern? Those shows took live calls from that one.
Yes.
That one thing. We only found out where they were all broadcasting from when the thing went out of business. Because Howard Stern was talking about it, like how they lamented they couldn't no longer call these shows. But these shows had the ability to take call-in things, and they were the worst shows. So we do not have the ability. Maybe one day I can figure it out, but it's not going to be today. So, email lifeingestpodcast all together with no spaces at gmail.com. And
we have an email?
We've had this, yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. I want to tell you, it's not very hard to start a new email on Gmail, just so you know.
No, I just didn't know that we had one. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what happens on our social media. I'm very out of it.
It's like gone wild. You know what I do more than anything? I go on TikTok. I do a lot of TikToks, but my TikTok is my name. I don't have a special one for us. Okay. So, if you're interested in seeing our videos on TikTok, we have a lot of them up there now. Go on TikTok.
Really?
My name. Yeah.
I'm not on TikTok, but I'm on TikTok.
You're on TikTok a lot. Yeah.
Oh my.
Okay. I actually wanted to tell this. This is one mini segment thing that I wanted to say. Because I post a lot I try to post about current things. Like, so I was putting a lot of clips of our Karen Reed stuff because
Yeah.
people really, for some reason, I don't know how the algorithm works exactly, but I put obviously hashtags for podcasts or whatever, and then I also put like say Karen Reed. I put Karen Reed trial, free Karen Reed, and so somehow I guess it goes to the people. I guess people are looking at. I guess you have to actually look at a hashtag to find the things that are listed under it.
Yeah.
Which is something I really don't do. I always hashtag things, but I never go to look at the hashtags.
I know, but somebody is, so.
Well, I should, because I should look at other podcasts and support them, and maybe we could do back and forth with them. But in my free time, I will do that. I'm too busy trying to post these things. It takes forever, But in any case, I posted videos of us clips talking about from our last Karen Reed episode from the last time I did one, not that long ago, but a week longer for when people hear this. 2 weeks. It was a long time ago, people. But so I put one up. They were all, because I really did bash the prosecution and the case and everything. But I did put one where we were talking about why did she do those interviews? Because the only evidence, the worst evidence that they had to consider was what she said.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing is that video, nobody wanted to watch because people do not want to consider. This is a huge problem in our society. So you support something, right? In this case, they support Karen Reed. You have to be willing to listen to the weaknesses of what you support as well. This is what makes you a fully rounded person, a fully informed person. You can't just ignore that something bad happened, bad choice, bad whatever. You have to be able to discuss it all. This is what makes us complete as people. And these people did not want to hear one bad word. It wasn't even a bad word. It was just like, I wonder why she did that. You were saying the nicest thing. You were like, well, sometimes when you have nothing to hide, you just do it. You said it in a nice way, but their people didn't want to hear it.
Oh.
It's the one video that didn't go anywhere. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, that is.
They just don't want to hear it. And this is a flaw. And this is a basic problem why we're having such communication problems in this country, is because we have to be able to discuss things. We have to be able, you can't just shut down and say, this is what children do. Nah, 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 I don't hear you. And that's not how it goes in a real world. In a real world, that we have to be able to address everything, good and bad. Otherwise, how are we functioning? And I think this country is kind of not functioning very well right now. Not just because of all that.
I just had a conversation the other day with somebody about, what's going on with immigration and ICE. And it was a very interesting conversation. I hate interesting. I don't say that right. That annoys me. But, they had some very valid points, and it kind of got me thinking about the whole situation. I'm not saying that I necessarily agree with everything they said, but they had very good points, and I could kind of see it from their point of view, or their point of view about everything that's happening, And yeah, I don't know. It was good to hear somebody out and see where they're coming from without having like a big fight about it, or, like having a real conversation.
Yeah. That's it's getting harder and harder because people shut you down. They dismiss you. It's terrible.
Yeah, and there was some stuff we actually agreed on, and I'm like, if people could have that real conversation,
right?
It might help, because everybody's so divided and angry at each other, and I'm guilty of it too. Believe me,
I always say to people, well, could you tell me why you support this?
Right.
And that's where, and they basically insult me or something, they don't.
Yes. Well, that's why I was telling you the other day, like I have a couple of friends that are, we don't agree. And one of them has nothing to back it up. They don't know what's actually going on. So how can you have a conversation? The other one, we completely disagree, but they are more informed. They actually watch what's happening. We just have different opinions on things, but
Right.
I respect that person so much more.
Right.
Because they're trying to understand, or they have some stuff to back it up. The other person, they have no clue what's going on. They just feel the way they feel.
And that happens with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember having a conversation with somebody when during the election, before the election, and they didn't even know who Kamala was. Like,
right. It's just, I mean, you should know who it is. I mean, whether you like her or don't like her, you should be aware. I mean, she was running for president.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But yeah, this is sort of related to what we're talking about. Yesterday, I went to get gas, and this guy with this truck, and it's trouble, pickup truck.
Yes. Why is that?
And he leaves his driver door open, and it's dinging.
Oh, that's so annoying.
That's annoying, right? When someone ding, ding, ding,
yes.
ding, ding.
Very.
He had his hood open. He was checking his oil. I said, "Excuse me, could you please close the door?" That thing, the dinging. He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry," like that. Right?
What a tip.
Then he goes, "Are you crazy?" That's what he said to me.
Oh my. So
I could have said a lot of things. I was thinking I could say "Yeah, I'm crazy. You better fucking run." Oh, I cursed. I could have said a lot of things, but I said, "My son recently died," and that was it. That's like using
that shut him down. Yeah.
That's the one weapon I have, right? But he didn't say I'm sorry. He's like fell back, almost like he was gonna fall on the ground, and was like, bah, bah, like he couldn't speak, his mouth just moved with nothing said, and then he just turned around. Because those people, God forbid, they're sorry.
What a guy.
So I did that, and he closed it. At least I don't want to hear this ding, ding, ding. There's a reason why you closed your door. It would have killed him to close the door anyway.
I know, but people like that don't. They're just not. They don't care about anybody else.
I don't know how he was okay with listening to the dinging. He was right there, right?
Yeah.
Why would you want to listen to dinging?
Because it doesn't bother him. It shouldn't bother anybody else. That's the kind of person I'm sure he was.
Am I the only person that gets bothered by ding, 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 ding for no reason? Would you be bothered?
No, that would bother me too. Yeah.
And I'm in my own head. I'm thinking about stuff. I'm pumping the gas. I don't need ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
very annoying.
Very annoying. Okay. There's one other thing I wanted to mention that I see all this time when I Google stuff, and I do go on this now, but I'm not really even clear on what it is. Do you ever use Reddit?
No, I feel like once I go, it's never going to end. It looks like you could just dive into the Reddit hole and never get back.
You're right. There's so many reasons why it feels like that. It's just never ending. I don't like being sucked into a universe, but now when I Google things, the Reddits always come right up.
Oh, yeah. I just avoid them, but they always come up.
But they do.
And sometimes that's the only thing that comes up that has what I'm actually looking for.
Well, they do have interesting stuff, but that's what I'm saying. It seems to be getting bigger and bigger. But what is
definitely.
it? You know, what it's supposed to be? What does it have? A mission statement? What is Reddit? And how did everybody know to go on this?
I don't know, because I find it's always questions, weird random questions I have.
Right.
Right. And it seems that someone on Reddit also had the same question, and people had answers for that question.
Yeah.
But I never click on it. I just see that little brief thing they sent.
What did you see?
They just, you can kind of see the question, maybe one answer. So I don't click on it because, like I said, I feel like I'm just going to drop into some Reddit hole.
I will say that the answers are often interesting and varied. Like everybody kind of puts in their own experience. And I am on one of them. That's the one I didn't want to reveal. Remember I said I didn't want to reveal my Reddit
Yeah.
name?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on one that I don't really want to reveal myself for that, but it's nothing. It's innocuous, but I'm saying things that I feel a little bit more secure saying because nobody knows me. Nothing bad.
Yeah.
I would like to change my Reddit name though. That's a whole other thing. I'm gonna have to somehow I have to figure out how to start a new account or something because I have a terrible name because they gave me the worst name.
Can't you start a new account?
I guess I could. I don't know.
I would imagine you just need to give a new email. You have more than one email, I would imagine, right?
I don't even understand where to go to do that. I don't even know how I got a name. Like I don't remember this even happening.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's from other sites. That's my experience. I don't know what Reddit is like.
I don't even know. Like it's not like I ever sign in. I'm just there. I'm always just there. It's this whole mystery to me. There used to be another thing that you could ask questions on in Quora. Remember Quora?
No.
Quora was like it was like a high class Reddit.
Like Ask Jeeves?
I've heard of that. There was like a float for that in the Thanksgiving parade.
That was way back.
I don't even know what it is though. That.
I don't know. I guess you would ask questions. I don't remember, but I remember it's early days of the internet.
I don't know who Jeeves was. All I know about Jeeves is the float. I wonder if that's still there. They keep the oldest floats. It's so funny.
I don't know what that means. What float?
You know, those things.
I have no idea what you're saying. What?
The Thanksgiving Day parade. They had a balloon.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because
they had an Ask Jeeves float?
They did. It was whoever sponsors.
Wow.
Yes. They've had a lot of silly things like that. It was a butler. That's how I knew about it. Yeah.
You know how I feel about parades. I would never watch such a thing. I hate parades.
I used to take my kids to watch them blow.
Yeah, I know.
Stuff. That was the whole thing. It was more about the watching them blow up than the actual parade. But
I think I'd be more interested in that than I would be in the. I hate parades. I just think they're stupid. Sorry for all you parade lovers. Go enjoy your parades.
You never really can see anything unless you're home.
No.
You're watching a parade, you know.
I feel very claustrophobic because everybody's standing so close together, and we're standing together to watch somebody walk down the street. That's weird to me. It's just not for me.
I've really gone to parades is at Disney, you know, when they have the end of the night parade.
Yeah, I've been to that parade because I went with my kids. My kids went, you know.
Watching your kids react, and that's the cool part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's fine. I mean, I didn't love it, but they were happy. So
it was fun. Yeah. But and they're also not that long. They're going around that circle. It's a much more limited.
I know.
That, you know.
I went to the Halloween parade in, New York, that big.
Oh, yeah.
But I had to leave. I was like, this is the worst. I felt so claustrophobic and freaked out. I needed to leave.
That's my sad story with my father. That one when he never came to get me.
Oh, to go to the Halloween parade.
Oh my God. That was the moment when I realized that I was alone in my life. It's in my book, Lunar Rising. You can read my story about.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, waiting for my father to come get me. And my mother's yelling at me, what a piece of garbage my father is. That's always fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I also had the wait for your father never showing up.
Yeah. So that's when I think of the Halloween parade, I'm like, I've never been.
Oh, that's sad.
Could go.
I actually went with your ex-husband.
Well, that's funny. I did.
And I made him leave.
You made him leave.
I did. I was like, I gotta leave.
He wouldn't like that so much either. He liked it.
No, he was okay with leaving. Oh, no. As a matter of fact, I left with other people.
Oh.
And he stayed, I think.
Oh, well, good for
because
him.
I had other friends there, and I think I went home with them.
Was he with other people?
I think he was with somebody, but I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, because I don't see him staying alone at a parade.
No, I feel like we went with another person because he drove. Remember he had that car Shelby? We drove in Shelby.
Why do you? Oh my God! Number one, you're going to the Halloween parade. For God's sake, take the train. That's definitely.
I don't know why we didn't.
That's definitely a time. I don't like to always take the train. I understand the allure of driving, but if you're going to Manhattan to go to a parade, you're going to want to drink and stuff. Like it's so much easier. Just take the train and take the subway down or walk down to Greenwich Village.
I know, and I don't know why we would have done that.
Oh.
Unless I'm remembering it wrong, but I'm pretty sure that we drove.
The parking must have been hell.
I think we parked in a garage. Maybe I'm thinking of another time, but I don't think so. I would have to ask him if he remembers that.
Yeah, that's an occasion when I would take a train for sure. But anyway,
yeah, and we weren't drinking now.
What, you weren't drinking?
No.
Well, no wonder it sucked.
I don't like drinking at stuff like that because I feel like there's no place to pee.
What did we say about that?
What?
Don't say and stuff like that.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
Oh, ew. Oh my God, I take that back.
Why wouldn't
But
you?
remember we went to that Broadway thing? Like it was all the Broadway shows were on the street for some reason performing.
Do you remember we went to see naked men singing or something?
No. Did I do that?
I'm sure you were there. Maybe you weren't.
I don't remember doing that.
It was a freaking show with a bunch of naked men singing. Like,
oh no, that wasn't me.
You didn't see that? One of them was the bliss of a bris, and the man was getting
what?
The man, he obviously wasn't really getting circumcised, but he got wheeled out on the stretcher, and he was singing about he was naked. Everybody was naked.
Oh no, that was not me.
They came on to Howard Stern once for something, for one of those, cocktails.
Yes, that I remember, but I didn't go with you.
I can't believe you weren't there. But anyway, no. You're talking about Broadway Cares when all the Broadway shows are out.
Yes. Yeah. And I just was freaking out because I didn't know where to pee. That's the problem with all those New York things. There's not many places to go.
So what did you do?
I don't remember.
Yes, we always remember the freaking out, but we never remember how it got resolved. Obviously, we lived, or we'd still be trying to pee.
Yeah, no, it was fine. But I don't. I just remember.
I know
that is my.
Yeah.
Now, especially now that I'm older, these are my major concerns. Where am I going to pee? Where am I going to eat? Who's going to be there? And where are we going to park?
I know. When I'm out delivering, I'm like, oh, when I get a certain call, like Shake Shack, oh, good, they have a good bathroom. Like that is a major.
Yes. Right. If these needs aren't met, I don't go.
No matter what time of day you're on. I'm sorry, Chipotle, but get it together. First of all, their floor, I've said this before. Remember we had another episode about this.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
The floor is like absolutely, it's like their decor is chipped paint and cement underneath. Like every single Chipotle has this. And it always is littered. People throw their toilet paper around. People throw random garbage around. There's always debris in that bathroom. It's disgusting. It doesn't matter what time of day you go in there. So I try not to go to Chipotle. I like to go Shake Shack, has very nice bathrooms. That's it. No.
I know this is going to sound weird, but McDonald's usually has a good bathroom.
Yes, you're right. They do. They really do.
Yeah. I mean, I hardly ever use public bathrooms, but.
Well, I am the expert on these things now.
Yes.
I'm always on the road. But this poor person was cleaning up when you walk into McDonald's. People just threw garbage all the way down. Nobody used the garbage. This poor person was cleaning up after horrible people that just don't care, and cigarettes, not just cigarettes, but everything. Like I felt really bad for them. I was in Roosevelt Field yesterday, which is rare, but my Apple computer, I have this problem. I don't remember if I said it on this one or the last one, but I'm having
the last one. Yeah, you did.
So I went there, and this poor woman was bending down, cleaning each step, like spraying it and cleaning. I'm like,
yeah.
I feel like the woman should have at least a contraption that she doesn't have to bend, right? That was just a horrible job. Imagine in Roosevelt Field having to clean every step.
Oh, yeah. There's people. Oh, how do you think these things get cleaned?
Because I thought I couldn't do it, but I thought they would have you can have a taller thing. They've got to have a machine like a Swiffer, an industrial type of that thing that you don't have to at least bend.
No.
That doesn't make any sense. They should have that. It doesn't make sense.
They should, but they don't.
I feel that poor woman, she's going to have a very bad back.
Oh, yeah. There's people who do horrible jobs.
So, yeah. But I mean, that's not people being inconsiderate and throwing trash. I mean, people are going to walk on steps. It's something you can do. But it just does suck as a job. There's a lot of jobs that's really suck.
Of course.
Yeah. But in the Apple store, I was trying to get help. I wanted to check out. I think I forgot to finish the story last time. I was talking about I went to the Apple store and had the problem with my computer. So while I was there, I was looking at the other options. And I said to a guy that worked there, he clearly worked there, he was wearing the Apple shirt, but he was just on his own phone. And I'm like, can I ask some questions about the difference between these iPads I think I was looking at? And he goes, you have to go to the front. And there was like this incredibly long line. You have to sign in and get help. This man was just,
Yeah, you do.
this is baloney.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
This is baloney. You're standing there on your phone. Help me. So,
Oh,
so
no.
you know what I said to him? I'm like, forget it. I'll just Google it. And I Googled the difference between these things while I'm standing in a store.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he probably has no control over it because I've worked in many places. I work in a place now where I am perfectly able to help people, but I am not allowed.
That's ridiculous.
Because it is not my job. Unfortunately, a lot of those places, those are the rules, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks for the person. It sucks for the person working because sometimes you're completely bored.
Yeah,
and it would be great to do something, but you can't.
It did not bode well. I mean, look, Apple's going to be Apple. That they make tons of money. Maybe they don't care, but that was just a really weird way to do it. If there's roaming salespeople, just let them help people. You don't have to sign in for help. Furthermore, if I'm in the store, I should have precedent. Precedent? I should have priority.
Priority. Yeah.
Walked in, right? I'm already in. Whatever.
I know.
They do what they want.
There's a lot of places with rules that make no sense. Really? And I'm only saying that because I have worked in many of these places.
It's true. But anyway, so to wrap up Reddit, yesterday I wanted something to eat. I was going to Roosevelt Field, but I'm like, I know they have a place to eat there, but I'm like, do I want something now? This is the eternal problem I have. Since I'm on the Zep bound, I'm sort of hungry a lot, but I'm afraid, like, what if I suddenly become extremely hungry? So I started Googling about Jersey Mike's, and there was this whole Reddit just about how to order the veggie sub. It was just about that.
Really?
Just about that. And the people that work there were giving the lowdown on what to do. See, that's why, because they have the Reddit name, like, so nobody knows it's them. Like, not that they do anything bad, but they don't necessarily want to be known if you work there for telling all this, how to do stuff. And is it better to order on the app? Like, they're telling things that maybe the corporation wouldn't really want them to even, comment. Yeah. But they have this Reddit name. So they were giving all this information. And one of them was like, I'm vegan and I run a certain, she didn't say which one, obviously. And we carry vegan cheese there, but not all of them do. It was so interesting how deeply, and everyone ends with, do this and they'll know what's up. Like, it ends with, they'll know what's up. Every single one ends with, they'll know what's up. I'm like, I want to start talking like that. What's up? Not what's up, but they'll know what's up. I like that. I want to change my vernacular.
I like they'll know what's up, but I have to tell you, if I walk into a place and the person that is helping me says, what's up?
Well, that's different.
Yeah. I immediately want to slap them because I'm not your friend.
Yeah. No, it's been changed to go into a more fun way. Like, they'll know what's up is interesting. It's like a new twist.
Yes, that's fine. Yeah. It's the what's up. I'm like, I didn't just come to your dorm room. Like, get it together.
You hear that a lot now?
I haven't heard it in a while, but it used to happen a lot.
Yeah, there was a time when it happened a lot. You're right. But I haven't heard that in a really long time. Now you're lucky. Sometimes people they'll look at you and then turn away again.
I know.
I have to get really aggressive sometimes when I'm picking up food. Like, I have to really get in their face. And I don't want to. It actually is a lesson in being more assertive. Because you can't just stand there and wait for them to address you. It's like, excuse me, I'm picking up for whoever, like, you have to really in their face. Like, so in a way, it's teaching me a lot about street smarts, like how to get it, how to survive a little bit. Like, I don't mind it.
I don't remember if I was telling you this privately or on here about my Staples experience.
I think you just told me. Yeah, tell it, because I don't think you said it on here.
So I used to be the kind of person who bought things and just never returned them because I'm lazy as hell. Yeah. But so lately I've been returning, and Amazon stuff you can return at Staples. So I've gone to more than one Staples, and they have Hands down, the worst customer service I have ever experienced. The last one I went to, there were these two guys, and I didn't even know that the guy was supposed to be working at the desk I was at because there was just no one there. And
Right.
they completely ignored me, kept on doing whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
So at some point I was like, is anybody at this desk? And he kind of saunters over, and I was like, so all this time,
Oh
you
my God.
saw me standing there,
Wow.
and you just completely ignored
They
me.
do, and it's always the sauntering when somebody does it. Like they,
Oh, that made me so angry.
I
I
know.
was like, I just, the sauntering. And then he goes, do you want your receipt? And I go, yeah. And I never take the receipt, but I was so pissy. I was like, yeah, I do. And he goes, oh, all right, I'll meet you at the front. And I'm like,
Why
I'm
do you?
sorry.
What?
Are you so busy with the other 12 customers that aren't here, the invisible people? Like, what is happening? So you
I
have
have
to
a
walk
question.
10 feet?
Wait a minute. Why couldn't he just print out a receipt? There was no
I
register.
don't know. I went up to the front, and by the way, he
That's a-
didn't meet me up front. Somebody else gave me the receipt.
I don't understand this. Why could this is a major flaw in this? Why would he have to
Un-
meet you up front?
I don't know. I was so irritated. And I had gone to another Staples where the girl was rude too. But
Yeah,
then one time I got this really nice lady who was really helpful. It was really easy. And I looked at her and I go, I have been having the worst experiences, but you have been so nice and so helpful. I felt that she should know that
yeah,
she did not suck like
yeah,
all of her Staples colleagues.
yeah.
When somebody does their job right, I feel like you need to tell them nowadays because everybody sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have done customer service for like 100 years since I was a kid, and I would never treat people the way these people treat. I'm like, they don't come in here looking for attitude. They're just trying to get their stuff done.
I know. I've had bad experiences in Staples also, and I think they should be careful because I feel like they're an endangered species. I mean, those office supply places, a lot of them went
Yeah.
out because you can get a lot of that stuff online, and they should be careful, and they're not.
No, they are not. I was like, this is a bad experience. I
It's
do
a
not
Chipotle.
like these
Look,
people.
probably the corporation would be very upset if they knew, but I guess I don't know. But is it
Oh, I left a review because you know how sometimes they'll text you or email you,
yeah?
like, what'd you think of the service? I was like, well,
Oh,
I'm going to let you know since you asked.
so they did that after this happened? Did you get
Right after I walked out of the Staples.
nice? So you were able to say what happened then?
I sure did.
Oh, that's good.
Because
That's
now I'm that person that takes the time to tell
I
on people. Because,
do. Oh, forget it. I ate at a Chipotle when I was delivering and I went to Chip City and they're like, these cookies are not gonna be ready for like 20 something, almost a half hour. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, you know what? It was a really good tip. I'm like, okay, I'll come back. And I went to Chipotle because that's where I was. Well, I had already had a bad experience at this Chipotle once. Because I ordered it when I ordered it and picked it up so that way I could just continue driving without waiting on the line.
yeah,
Oh my God. When I left out stuff, I didn't want a tray of nothing. When you look at Chipotle, it's usually a pretty full bowl, right? There was nothing in it. It was literally, it was so pathetic. And I was so enraged, but I had already left. It wasn't like I was going to go back in. So
yeah.
this time I figured, well, look, if I go there, I'm in control of it because I'm picking. Still, the guy was so stingy. I said I wanted a salad. Now, a salad in Chipotle just means they put the lettuce on the bottom instead of the top. That's literally the difference. Okay. There's no other salad ingredients at Chipotle, just in case you were wondering. Okay, nothing. Okay, so I said a salad. He put the lettuce in. Then he goes, rice? I go, rice? I just said salad, so I don't have rice. He goes, people put rice in their salad. I'm like, then it's not a salad.
By the way, I do the rice.
But you don't ask. Do you ask for a salad and then put lettuce?
No,
Well,
of course not.
that's what I'm trying to say. They should have more alternatives for a salad than putting rice on top of lettuce. Am I wrong?
Oh, they definitely don't.
No. So then I put the beans. I mean, because what are you really going to do here? There's not many choices. So then I said, I wanted to know. They have that fake meat. What's it
Yeah.
called?
Uh,
Zeta? Satan? Is that the one? I don't know if that's what they have. They have some.
No, they have something. I forget what it is, but I know
It
they
was
have some tofu-y kind of thing.
So I said, "What's that?" And I wanted to see, like, he had a hard time showing it to me. Like, finally showed it to me. I'm like, all right, I guess everything looks gunky to me, like weird. I don't like it. But I said, all right, what was I going to put on it? Nothing, like, because they really didn't have much for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they put it on. They put so little, and I see them when they put out. Most people get decent servings of stuff. I'm like, can I have a little more? I swear he puts like one little drop.
He's like, here, have a bean.
I'm not going to sit here and be bitchy. Like, I would have to be full on confrontational with this guy to get really a decent serving of what I deserved because I was paying
Right.
for it. So then, and I love guacamole, but I don't get it because I'm trying to save the calories on that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
also, it was a decent amount more money too. I'm like, this is going to be like,
yeah, the guacamole is always expensive.
Yeah. So I skipped that. I don't eat cheese because mostly for the calories, but like, it's just, and also dairy's been bothering me, whatever, you know, so he doesn't compensate. They don't fill in with other stuff.
No,
Like,
they don't.
be like, all that's left is to put more damn lettuce on it when the lettuce is already at the bottom. So I was like, and what I really wanted was the vegetables, the grilled vegetables. Oh my, he put like one little scrap. I'm like, can I have more? Another little scrap. I'm like, but I'm paying like the same amount as other people are paying, right? Like, why can't I have a decent amount of vegetables? So I let it go because I can't just fight with somebody. This kid knew what he was doing. It was like a mind game with him. You know what I mean? He's on like a power.
At his Chipotle.
He can control my portion, and I'm not in the mindset to have an argument about it. So what I did was I went right on Yelp and reviewed them again.
Yeah, screw that guy.
This time, but yeah, so I said what happened last time. I said what happened this time. It is a certain rewarding feeling that you've done that. You know,
it is. And I only do that when it's so bad.
I know, but we should do it when it's good too, because that would be nice.
Yes, I have done it when it's good. I have, because sometimes someone is exceptional and they should know that, they really made your day.
That's true.
By the way,
I do good reviews, but it's usually when people ask me to, like when you say, it's usually Google review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want Chipotle now?
Oh, no.
I so want that now. It was a terrible story, but now I want it.
That's weird. Okay. No,
I'm not going to get it because there's none around here.
They do have fresh food. That I'll give them. Sometimes I go there late and I see the delivery truck, and you should see how many avocados are going into that place. They make their own guacamole. It doesn't come already mixed or anything, which is something. Cases upon cases upon cases of avocados go into that place every night.
I know. I do like Moe's better, though.
I had a bad experience at Moe's. I think I was pregnant. That's how long ago it was. Was there Moe's when I was pregnant with Casey?
Maybe. Is that when they used to do the Dead Rock Stars and Seinfeld named food?
I don't remember that, but I do remember that I ate the fish tacos and I threw up.
Oh, my.
So I've never eaten Moe's.
That's unpleasant.
To this day, I've never eaten Moe's again.
I've never had a bad experience. But now I don't want it.
But I will say it does look really good when I go there. Because again, I see
Moe's is so good.
But I mean,
maybe I'll go to Moe's.
Moe's is good. Moe's.
I'm hungry. We're doing this like in the middle of the afternoon, and now I'm hungry.
Well,
because y'all needed to know that.
Moe's is, I guess they're good people, and people like it a lot. But it's weird how it's called. Did you know the name stands for Musicians, Outlaws, and something else? Did you know
that makes sense because I didn't know that. But when they first started,
Outlaws and Entertainers.
Yeah, they had all pictures of rock stars.
Yeah.
I feel like they were all dead.
But why?
But
that's weird. I guess I don't know.
I don't know, because some musicians are outlaws.
So but then entertainers. That's not. So it's all about music, I guess. They're not really making it totally.
It was.
They put
and then
and they say that now.
They had food. Like I remember, I used to get the Art Vandelay, which is a Seinfeld thing.
Huh? That's not on there anymore, is it?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's funny.
I haven't been to Moe's in a while. I used to go.
But that's not musicians. That's TV.
Yeah.
I don't think they're being clear enough. Like, obviously they do well. I mean, I'm just saying, in terms of marketing, I'm not quite getting what their focus is with this musicians, outlaws, and entertainers. But now they do put a little
They
sticker.
don't really do that anymore.
No, the sign is there now. They made a big sign in Moe's that says musicians. Like, they now want you to know the full name. It's there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't been in a while.
It's like that's why I know, because I've seen it lately. I've never seen it before. And now they put a little sticker on the bags when they're delivered, and it says "Rock On."
Like that.
Yeah,
Rock on.
so that's cute, but I think they could do a little bit better with like amping up the tightening the marketing on that a little bit, like the message, the brand message. I don't know. What? Look at me. I can market for everybody but myself. Well, but well, we've really more. I think we'll wait till the next time to talk about this other thing.
Yeah, we've burned through some time.
Well, since we're talking about food, I'll tell you about my experience at the mall yesterday. Because again, it all started with me looking up the that sandwich thing, and I just decided not to go for it, right? Because all that talk kind of confused me more, because I didn't feel like I had the guts to go in and ask for the things they were saying. I feel like when you go into those places, you have to be in a certain mindset, when you know. So I went to the mall and I had a half hour. I'm like, okay, can I eat now? I'd rather eat now so I can get out of here after. So I went to, my God, they make it the food district. It's like this whole thing, right? And
Really? I haven't been to the mall in years.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on there. But a lot of that stuff is really expensive. And this is ridiculous, because if I'm going to spend this much money, I'm going to go sit down at a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, stupid. So I got Sarku because I always wanted to try it.
What?
So, no Sarku? It's Japanese food.
No, I've never heard of that.
It's called Sarku. I think it's Sarku. It's Japanese. No. Okay, so I like teriyaki sauce. I like the smell of it. I like it. And when I go, I pick up sometimes from Sarku for people, and I like the smell in the place.
Yeah.
But I don't like when things are really gunky from like a lot of what is it gunky from? The
cornstarch.
Yes. Because when I order Chinese, I say no cornstarch, right?
Yeah.
But you can't really do that in Sarku, because I don't know if you could, but I don't think so. I mean, they're cooking it, but they're not. But it's like more of a kind of a. They are cooking it while you're there, but it's more of a fast food type of a thing, So I don't think you can really say no cornstarch. So I went. I said, well, all right, I'll try it. So I go up to the lady. I'm like, well, my appointment's at like 12:30. It was already like 12:07 or something. I said, oh yeah, of course she's going to tell me I have time, right? So what does she know about how fast I eat, right? This is stupid. Walked away, but it wasn't. It worked out that way. But I ordered the shrimp because that's all I eat out of any of that stuff. And they did not. Okay, they did not have a choice for like a lot of vegetables that I would have liked, right? But they had a choice. The only choice I could pick was shrimp. So it was disappointing because, first of all, you have to get, if you don't get the rice, you're going to get nothing in that tray, like nothing. And the whole thing is 12 something. Like it's expensive. It's not. I would have liked a smaller thing with vegetables and shrimp, and not necessarily all this rice. But they're not. They do it their way. Obviously, they're not Burger King, and I got, so it's like either white rice or fried. So I asked for white because rice is not good for you no matter what, but it's better to eat the white than the fried. So I said white. So then the shrimp. Well, the shrimp were those minuscule little shrimp. The little mini,
oh no,
I don't like those little mini shrimp. They're kind of slimy.
Yeah, they're not right.
They're not right. So it was that. And by the way, not many. Okay, and I saw when other people ordered like the combo of shrimp and chicken or just beef, they had a mound of the food on their plate, and I just had a few shrimp.
Because the seafood's more expensive than chicken or whatever.
Oh, spare me, okay? They should do something. They should mix it.
Listen, I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's right.
It was such a clear disparity. Okay, I felt horrible. I felt miserable. I felt low. Okay, and then the vegetables. They gave. I swear to you, they gave me one piece of broccoli. One. And then a very sad. You know that cabbage they cook with.
Yeah.
One of those. One.
Wow.
Okay, And then he goes, you want sauce? I'm like, what kind? He's like, teriyaki. I'm like, yeah. So he goes, boom, and he drops this little.
This is quite the ad for Sarku.
So I leave, I walk away, and I go to eat. Now, and I'm like, I was choking down those little slimy shrimp. Okay? And I was like, but I was hungry, and then, so I get down to the rice. The rice, because the little boom ended. There was no sauce left. And I can't just eat plain rice, I can't. I'm at my rock bottom here. So I go up, and then people are waiting. I'm like, excuse me, I just want to get more sauce. So I go, can I have
Oh, no.
So the guy looks, yeah, that's $5. Like, but I'm like, he laughed, So then he poured on a glob. He did not say boom, but he did pour on a glob of it. Well, at that point, I had to go to my appointment anyway. To this date, I've never eaten that. I mean, I have it in my refrigerator, the glob of.
Wait, so he was just teasing about the $5?
Yeah. He wasn't at the register or anything. He was. It was a real like what is that called? Like a in a factory, going down the line. Each one person.
Oh yeah.
Doled out the rice. One person did this. One person. He was the boom man. He was the sauce.
Oh my God.
Because when by the time I got home, I'm like, I have options. I'm not going to eat a clumped up rice, But
boy, you really do not have any luck at those places.
No, I have to stay away from all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have gone. We went to a place the other day that was really good, and I don't remember the name of it.
Well, thanks. That's helpful.
No, you were with me. What? I said the place we went the other day.
I thought you say we when you go with other people places. I didn't know. Where?
No, I met you.
I was in Roosevelt Field.
I know, but the place we went to was really good, and we got more than one broccoli.
It's true. I know, but so I should leave Roosevelt. The whole point was I was trying to get.
Yes, you should go all the way to Rockville Center. To the place whose name I do not know.
Because they have an Emerald Siam or something. Siam Emerald.
I don't know. I just know it used to be called like Thai Table or something, right?
Thai Table is where I went on that date from the last, when I was talking about that guy with the Star Wars.
Oh, that's a different place?
It's the same place, but they changed the whole.
Yeah.
Different owners, but the same kind of food, the Thai food.
Yeah.
It's called either Siam Emerald or Emerald Siam. And I posted on Facebook about it. We had a little bug encounter.
The bug, yeah.
Was diving into your hair, and you didn't even notice. I'm like, a bug. And then the bug, once it was noticed, sat and had lunch with us, basically. Sat and listened to the conversation and hung out with us.
It's very unusual. I mean, it was a flying bug, and it sat there. It's got to be at least 20 minutes or more.
Yeah. And it posed for pictures. It didn't move. It stayed.
Yeah. Well, it didn't fly away, but it moved like enough so that there was nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But yeah, that was weird.
You didn't want a picture with the bug, so you took a picture of me with the bug. I mean, you couldn't really see the bug in the picture because it was a little bug.
I told you when I took the picture that you couldn't see that bug.
I posted that, and I posted the picture of the bug. So the bug was there, even though you couldn't see him, and then the bug. And I think it was Casey. I really do.
I would imagine so.
You were like, yeah, Casey would love that. That you're like, look, Mom, look what I'm doing to Pascale, and she doesn't even know,
Yes, you would find that hilarious.
It was funny.
Yeah.
This after, we didn't even tell the story of how we went to the book festival for absolutely no reason.
Yes.
Oh my God. I was supposed to speak, and I was supposed to be on a panel at a book festival about history.
One we had gone to before. We've gone to this festival before.
There 4 years ago, and you had gone with
That was 4 years ago?
I think, well, yeah, it was the fourth annual.
Wow.
First one, so yeah.
Wow.
That's what I'm almost certain we went to the first one. Maybe, unless we went to the second one.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
So I was supposed to be on this panel to talk about writing about history. And then I was supposed to do a reading of one of my books. So you came, to keep me company, but also to hang out at the booth when I was doing that stuff, So
yeah.
And it's just so much more bearable, frankly, with a friend. Because I love meeting people and stuff, but it's a lot because there's a lot of trauma involved with doing these shows because you don't know who's going to come, if anybody, there's a lot of anxiety involved in doing book festivals, this kind of things. So it always turns out nice, but it's like, except this time, because it always works out nice. It's just the idea getting there and prepping and all that stuff. And, it's a lot.
It's also early. Like we left early.
I'm at an early bird. And then when I woke up, it was pouring rain and it was like 7 a.m. And I'm like, oh my God. But I had been told by somebody when I asked if it was rain or shine. So I believe this person. It was obviously the wrong person to ask, because we went there. We drove all the way to Clifton, New Jersey, and there's nobody there. One parks worker who says he doesn't know anything about events at the park.
I know. And there were signs. The signs were still up.
Signs were there.
They didn't say canceled. There were signs.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like he just landed on this planet.
It was so crazy. So we went around, and all of a sudden I remembered. I'm like, this is not good, because that is where the tent was. I remember seeing it last time, and it was all empty. So then you Googled it and you saw that it was canceled.
Yeah.
But I did not have an email from them at all. So then I Googled Passaic, because it's the Passaic County Book Festival, and something came up. What happened was my Gmail filtered it out, because it was from a different person than the person who had been emailing me. So I don't know why Gmail does this. It gives me every stupid. I get the dumbest. Like everybody that ever wants to try to get me to use them as a book promoter, like all these, mostly like they're all. I mean, maybe they're legitimate, but they're ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like that email I get the email from People Magazine, even though I unsubscribed months ago. I still get these because they're upsetting. They always put upsetting things in the things. I get that. I get everything in the world I wouldn't want. I get updates from people that I have no interest in ever. But I didn't get the important email that told me that the book festival was canceled.
Yes.
So all those miles, the rain wasn't that big going, but coming back, it was pouring down on us. And
when I went to your house, it was pouring.
And it was terrifying. We risked our lives and the tolls and everything just for it to be canceled. But it was bearable because of you. I guess you probably didn't see the post I put on Facebook, but unless sometimes it goes onto Instagram, I don't know. But I was
going to say, I am definitely no.
I said you were the one that really made it bearable. Like you were the one. It wasn't for you. I don't know because I probably would have wept when I found that it was canceled. But instead, we just like pressed on.
No, we rolled with it. We went. We had lunch.
We went. We decided we were going to eat the only restaurants there were like, there was no way you could eat breakfast.
Yeah. Let's just leave.
Yeah.
Clifton, New Jersey is.
We went home and we had the Siam, and we wound up with the Casey bug. And it turned out to be well. But if I was alone, it would have been a whole different thing.
Sometimes when you're alone and something like that happens, it's just.
Especially because it's raining, and now you have to go home alone in the rain. It's like that would have been very dismal. So yeah, I was really lucky to have you. And I wrote the post about that, and then I wrote about the bug, and everything. So yeah, but what a ridiculous thing!
Yes.
All because Gmail filtered it out. I don't know how to change. I do change the settings in it, and this kind of stuff has happened before. I don't know how to get my good email.
Yeah, someone asked me to do something this weekend, and I said yes, despite the fact that I do not want to go. But that's a whole different story. But so they sent me the information, and I just happened to look in my junk mail. I was just emptying it out. And this is a person I know for 100 years, but for some reason it put their email. I mean, and we've corresponded on that email a million times. And it just happened that I looked.
Wow.
Or else I would have missed the whole thing.
Ridiculous.
And I did want to know about this thing.
Right.
Because I want to know what kind of nonsense I'm getting into.
You know what you're doing. Yeah. And you are a big planner, more than me even. Like you love to know.
I need to know. I want to know. I want to research it. I want to have a plan in place of what I'm going to do when I get there. Yeah. Well, this is you know how I feel about stuff like this. This is some hippie bullshit that I'm going to. Really? It said something about, I forget, it was eco something. And this is what really got me, communal dining.
Oh, no. You're going to
And it's at a Unitarian church.
Oh, my God. It's not my old church, is it?
No. And it was like, I forget what it said. Bring your good vibes, wear something flowy. I was like, oh, this
can't
is
believe you're going
not for me.
after all the times with the Unitarian you knew before.
Oh, I went with you. I
No, you
am
did.
that friend.
Like
No
this.
matter how bizarre I think where you want to go is, I will go with you.
Yeah.
I have gone with you people to some weird stuff that I would never in a million years go to.
I know. You went with me to the Seder at the
Yes,
Unitarian Church.
I
Yeah.
sure did.
That's so much
That is my love language. I will go to any crazy ass place you want to go to
wow.
support you.
That's nice.
Some
Me too.
people will give you nice gifts, hug you, all that shit. That's not me.
Yeah.
I am your ride along
Yeah, you are.
friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
You really are. And
I will roll my eyes and I will make fun of
I
it.
know you have to talk about this next time about what happened at this happens at this thing.
Oh yeah, because I was like, and I forget even the person's name was something. I was like, oh my God.
Why are they having this? Is someone's appearing there?
It's some sort of summer solstice.
Oh no, you're going to
And I'm like,
well,
I'm
absolutely
just going because
stuff. I would have done that, but now it's like I'm not.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's a friend of mine and they want to go and they're interested in it and they want someone to go with them. So I was like, sure. But I told them, I'm like, first of all, I will go with you so you don't get into some hippie cult nonsense.
Wait a minute.
I
Well,
don't want them to.
is it actually by the Unitarians or just holding it there?
I think they're just holding it there.
Oh, okay.
I mean, obviously, I don't have a problem with Unitarians.
The Unitarian Church is definitely not a cult. It's way too loose for that, you know.
No, this I forget. The person's name wasn't Yogi, whatever, but it was something like that.
Oh wow!
Like one of those kind of names.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a little culty. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Unless it's
I was
there, but
wear something flowy. I was like, I do not own anything flowy.
Did you say that?
What?
Did
if I wasn't on my phone, I would read you guys this thing because but I'm on, like I record on my phone, so I can't. But
oh my
I
God,
was like,
you have to report back about this. I have to hear you. Make sure you write some notes so you remember, because it's going to be a while before we record again. 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
You have to tell me about what happened at this thing. I'm very interested.
Oh, I will. I mean, the person I'm going with likes that kind of stuff. It's like you both like that.
I have my limits. And I mean, there was a time when I definitely would have been down for this. But now it's like,
just so you know, I have gone some weird ass places with you.
Yes, but that's not me now, though. You know that.
No.
Yeah.
No, but this is like, this person she's very open to a lot of different things, which is great about her. Yeah. I'm not like that.
I mean, I told you about the time I went to the Wiccan thing. I mean, I went to
yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah. But you know me, I am super uptight. Like, I don't like things like that.
Yeah, you've gone to some for somebody who's uptight, you've really put yourself in some weird positions.
So weird. So with people that I would not give the time of day.
Well, that's what makes it interesting. I want to hear this report. You have to report.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I do like to, like, there's a part of me that's very uptight, but there's a part of me that likes to see how other people live or do things.
You're an anthropologist. You're a cultural anthropologist.
Yes, that's what I am. I like to observe different things.
I love that.
Even though I think most of them are absolute nonsense.
Well, that's what makes it interesting. I like to get someone's opinion that is not someone that loves it, because you get a different story that way.
No, and you know me, I do not like joining groups.
No.
I don't like when people are all I always feel like it's very culty when people are all into this one thing like that. Weirds me out.
Yeah.
I don't.
You're against that. Yeah. And I am too. It depends on the thing. Now, when my writing stuff, I love that kind of group stuff, centers around my craft, my art, but, and I do like sometimes online, like I'm in the Howard Stern group online for fans that actually like Howard Stern.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go to them all the time. I wouldn't mind maybe one meetup or something, but maybe not. But I'm not a person that joins a whole bunch of stuff either anymore. I used to do that stuff more, but it was depending
Oh, I
on.
know, because I've gone with you.
Yeah.
We have gone to some group outings.
Yeah.
Vegetarian.
Oh my
That's
God.
my favorite one.
Come on.
What?
That was dating. We had a goal.
Oh, I didn't have the goal. I was just with you.
All right.
I wasn't trying to date anybody.
What I'm saying, the goal was different. Was it speed dating?
No, it wasn't. I forget what it was.
No,
we went to a few of them.
That woman, that's what she did. Dating that little tiny woman. She made my mother.
Yeah, but this was not. I've never been speed dating.
Okay, but it was some sort of a dating thing.
This was some sort of group activity for people that wanted to date.
I wonder what we did. I don't remember me.
It was 80% women.
Yeah, I don't remember actually meeting any men at that. I just remember vegetarian because at the time I wasn't a vegetarian. You were, and I told her, my friend, so she purposely made like this little bit. This was a side thing that was vegetarian. She screamed out, vegetarian,
because she didn't know my name.
To this day, I just called vegetarian.
She was so nutty. I mean, I went to a few of those things with you, and yeah, there was always like two guys and like a whole lot of women. And the two guys were guys that nobody would give the time of day.
I got ripped off by that company.
Yeah.
That you pay them money and they do all these events for singles. And that was the biggest, one of the biggest, I'm not going to say the biggest, but it was one of the biggest ripoffs I've ever heard in my life. Because they charge you thousands of dollars to join this damn thing. And then they charge you for each event. So what the hell was $1,000 for?
Oh, I don't know, because we had to pay for dinner at the times we went.
Fine. There was no discount of anything. There was nothing.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm paying all this money to sit with a bunch of ladies that are trying to date nobody.
And the men were odd.
Yeah, one of them bought me a drink, and I was like, I don't know where this is going. I'll take the free drink because I will always take the free drink.
Right.
That's kind of my thing. I like to go places and get free drinks.
I'm trying to look up the name of this thing. This was horrible. It was the biggest ripoff.
Yeah, I forget. But somebody else asked me, this guy I know, he joined a group like that. It might even be the same group. And he's like, oh, you should come with me. And I was like, I've been, and no, thank you.
It was awful. They were a huge ripoff. There was, and when I was there, apparently women must go there and they have safety issues, like they're afraid or something. But it went right over me because that's not my issue. So she goes, oh, excuse me, someone's outside. Someone's in the lobby. He's trying to join. Like, no, we only take certain whatever. I'm like, it was all staged. It was all staged to try to
wow.
Make this is a safe. Can you friggin' imagine?
Oh, to try to make you, yeah.
But that was not my thing at all. I wasn't afraid. I was just looking for something where I could meet people. Like I thought I was paying for
listen,
what a waste.
I did not need to meet a whole bunch of other ladies. I have female friends.
The vegetarian woman was called Seven in Heaven.
That's the one that he did too. He joined the same group, but he wanted me to come with him. He just wanted someone to go with.
Okay, I don't know what.
And I guess he doesn't know a lot of single people.
This other one used to advertise on the radio. Boy, it was a big thing. Maybe it's out of business. I don't see it on the.
I don't know.
Googling singles group. You pay for. You pay a lot for. Boy, I'd like to say because they're awful. This is it. Events and adventures.
It even sounds stupid.
It says this club offers a variety of social activities for singles, including events like wine tastings, dance classes, and even travel opportunities. They emphasize a more curated and social experience compared to online dating apps. Okay. They do. I mean, the things were fine. It was nice things we went to, but we had to pay full price for everything. And there were hardly ever any men, and they were like little damaged, little bruised apples.
I think most of the people there were.
So it was so expensive because I paid them. So I wish I hadn't had this money. Very rarely do I have so much expendable income. But for some reason, I had it at that moment, and I freaking joined them because my contractor told me he had a friend that met his wife there. So that's literally why I joined. Meanwhile, of course, a man has a much better shot because it's all women except for a couple of men, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's like those retirement places, it's usually the women outlast the men. So there's like one or two men that are available and all the ladies try.
That's true. That's true. But don't ever join Events and Adventures. It's absolutely a ripoff. You pay all this money and then you're paying for all these things. Just go to places and meet people. If you want to do that, you could just as easily go to these places with a group of friends and see if you meet anybody there because it's the same thing.
Yeah.
What a ripoff. So that's my advice on that. There you go. I have nothing positive to say. I think speed dating itself, I still kind of like the concept, having been burned about 1 million times in speed dating. If you look at it as just a fun activity, it actually is fun.
It gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
Okay, well, I mean, I thought it was fun, but of course, to try to think you're going to get anything out of it is useless.
Oh.
I got one thing out of it. I got my car towed away one time.
Yay.
That was the best, I'll have to tell you. Wow. I can't believe, can you believe that Seven in Heaven still exists? I mean, that woman was no spring chicken.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Running around going, I can't believe that. We should start our own dating group.
God, no.
The Life and Jest dating company.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Sounds like my worst nightmare.
Hysterical.
Ugh.
All right. Well, I guess we're done. We're gonna do what we're gonna do next time. We have a nice episode ahead for you in the 3 weeks. Well, it'll be 1 week when you hear this. 1 week.
Yes.
Okay. So I have quotes about seeking information. It was based on the Reddit, and actually, we talked a bit about finding out things here. So that's my quotes are based on that. So do you want to go first? I'm sorry. I'm always hogging it up.
No, go ahead. I just have one because I'm not prepared.
How dare you? No.
So I'm just going to go with an oldie but a goodie, which I'm sure I've done before.
Well, I always like your quotes. It doesn't matter. Okay, so my first one is, where is life? No. Where is the life we have lost in living? Where is the wisdom we have lost in knowledge? Where is the knowledge we have lost in information? And that's T.S. Eliot. And that
I feel like that should be a song.
I know. Well, this is from a man who wrote Cats. I don't know. It's a poem. No, the poem is different. I can't blame him for the show. The poem is quite different. But it reminds me of all this craziness on the internet. It's also a bunch of gobbledygook.
Yeah.
That's why I like that. I should write a song about this. Where is the light?
It sounds like one.
It does. Then Albert Einstein said, information is not knowledge. I like that.
That's true.
Now we get so much information thrown at us. Yeah. And then this last one also involves a lot of things. So I'll just say, what were we talking about in this episode? I don't even remember. But
so much.
Yeah. So another Albert Einstein, he said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's really important. And we should think about it, because we have to get out of these same mindsets,
Yeah, so, definitely.
Smart man. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sure I said it before because it's my favorite quote and it's so obnoxious. And it's by Lane Staley. For those of you who don't know, I'm obsessed with him. He is dead. He was the singer of Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
And it's, I wish I could hug you all, but I'm not gonna.
An oldie but a goodie.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Pascale has a shirt with the names of all these dead rock stars on it.
It's Kurt Cobain, Lane Staley, Scott Weiland, and Chris Cornell.
Yeah, you know how they make those shirts and it says the four just the first name, so it's like Lane. It says all that. I like that.
Yeah.
So, well done.
And they're all dead.
Yeah. Sad. Very sad.
And most of them were heroin addicts, and most of them killed themselves.
Sad. Sad, sad. Awful. I don't know.
They made great music, though, so.
Yeah. Pain makes for great music.
It does.
Yeah. Well, on a lighter note, enjoy your summer solstice. We're going to get a full report.
Thank you. I'll even try to take pictures.
Oh, nice. Nice. Awesome.
I mean, that might not happen, but I'll try.
Try.
It depends on how it goes.
I understand. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, till next time, adieu.
See ya.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.